Hello everyone, my name is Carissa Adia Puspita from Bintang Mulia Junior High School. Today I'm going to recite to you a story called The Ugly Duckling. Long ago, on a farm, there lived a mama duck who sat on her nest. "Oh, how much longer must I wait till my babies hatch?" she said. "I have to sit here all alone, and no one ever comes to visit me." But what could she do? A mama duck must keep her eggs warm till they hatch. At last, the eggs started to crack. One by one, yellow ducklings stepped out of their shell. They all shook their wings and said, "Quack, quack, 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 quack." "Look at all of you," said the mama duck, filled with joy. "You are all so cute." "Quack, quack, 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 quack," they said. The mama duck then ordered the ducklings to line up. "Come now, line up. We will go down to the lake to have your very first swim." And so she counted her ducklings. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. "Oh dear," she gasped. "I should have 6 ducklings." But little did she know there was one more egg in the nest. "Well," said the mama bird, "it looks like this big egg needs some more time for it to hatch." And so she sat back on her nest and waited some more. The very next day, the egg began to hatch. Out came a baby bird. But if one may say so, this bird was an odd-looking thing. He was bigger than the others. He wasn't yellow at all. He was dark gray from the top of his head to the tips of its toes. And he even walked with a funny wobble. One of the yellow ducklings pointed and shouted,
"What is that? He cannot be one of us. I've never seen such an ugly duckling before,"
said another. "How could you say such a thing?" the mama duck said in a stern voice. "You were only 1 day old. Your brother hatched from the very same nest as you did. Now line up. We will go down to the river to have your very first swim." And so all the ducklings lined up. And yet, when they all lined up, they still shouted on to the ugly duckling,
"Ugly, ugly, ugly!"
The ugly duckling did not know why he was shouted upon. He took the last spot in the line. When they all went to the lake, the ugly duckling, each of the yellow ducks jumped in and swam behind Mama Duck. When it was the ugly duckling's turn, he jumped into the lake and paddled away. "Well, at least he can swim," the mama duck said in relief. When they all went out from the water and started to play, they all laughed and was happy. But when the ugly duckling wanted to join his brothers and sisters to play, the yellow duckling shouted,
"Go away! We will not play with you. You're ugly and you walk weird too. You know what? You would do us a big favor if you just went away from here."
Why won't they let me stay here?" said the duck to himself. He hung his head down low. "They're right. I should probably go." And so that night, the ugly duckling flew over the farmyard fence. He flew until he landed on the other side of the lake. There he met with 2 adult ducks. "Can I please stay here?" said the ugly duckling. "I have nowhere else to be." "Why do we care?" said one of the adult ducks. "Just don't get in our way," said the other one. The storm headed out towards them. Not so long after that, the sky turned dark and boom! A bolt of lightning struck. A big storm then came. Heavy rain was pouring down from the sky. In just moments, the ugly duckling was drenched and soaked through and through. The cold wind then started to blow. said the ugly duckling while holding both of his wings close to his chest. "If only I have a place I could go get dry." "No one ever wants me," said the ugly duckling with a tear in his eyes. The storm then soon ended. The ugly duckling found a new lake and had spent some time there. Looking into the water, he saw a reflection of a flock of white birds flying. He looked overhead and was astonished and could not believe what he had seen. There, above him, was the most beautiful birds he had ever seen. Their white bodies and their slender neck was just as if they were gliding through the sky. He watched until the very last bird had winged its way out of his view. He spent the night there all by himself in the lake. The lake was soon turning into ice. "I'm so tired," said the ugly duckling. But then, suddenly, a pair of giant arms swept him up. "You poor thing," said a farmer. He held the ugly duckling close to his thick wool jacket and went home with him. Never was a warm fireplace more welcoming. The ugly duckling was raised by the farmer till spring came. Green covered the trees, and bright, colorful flowers popped out from the ground. "It's time for you to go back to the lake to swim, as you were born to do," said the farmer. And so he took the ugly duckling back to the lake where he had found him. He put the ugly duckling gently, with care, on the water. "Gosh, I feel so strong," said the young bird. "Why have I never felt as strong as I do now?" He had heard some quiet splashes behind him. When he turned around, he saw the same beautiful white birds he had seen before landed behind him on the water. "Fear not," said the ugly duckling, pulling one of his wings out. "I will go now. I will not make any trouble for you." And so he turned away. When he looked into the water, he saw a reflection of one of the beautiful birds he had seen. Why was it so close to him? He jumped back, and the reflection jumped back too. "What is this?" he said in confusion. He then stretched his arm, and the reflection continued to stretch its arm too. "Wait up," said one of the beautiful birds. "Stay with us," said another. "We'll be great friends." The ugly duckling knew what had happened. The bird who was known to be the ugly duckling was now not an ugly gray bird anymore who wobbled when it walked. He was now a beautiful bird. At that moment, all the swans flapped their wings and took off to the sky. "Come with us," one called to him. "Take the lead." And so the ugly duckling flapped its wing fast and soared through the sky. He then took his place in front of the whole flock, and all his new friends flapped its wing behind him. "Say," said the young bird, "I wonder who's the ugly duckling now." "Surely not I," said the young bird. The moral of the story that we can get is that to not judge a book by its cover. We shouldn't judge anyone based off of their looks. Thank you all for listening.